Breaking news today. Ukraine and Russia at war, live. The goal of the Malta summit is to give the Ukrainian peace plan a boost. In a meeting with more than 60 national security advisors on Saturday, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky urged them to create a global model based on his 10-point formula for peace with Russia. The meeting, held behind closed doors in neutral Malta, will help assess Ukraine and the West's ability to secure sustained, broad support while the Israeli conflict distracts attention away from Kiev. Without mentioning Russia, which has criticized Malta for hosting the talks, Zelensky said he hopes for a day when human history is simply the history of peace, adding that international law and the United Nations Charter express this hope. In a video conference speech to the conference, the question was raised, but does the UN Charter work? Aquí, en Ucrania, en Oriente Próximo y en los países africanos, la respuesta en esta pregunta son los gritos de las madres que entierran a sus hijos y hijas muertos, y la desesperación de los niños huérfanos. We are able to and ought to offer a unique response. The world has seen too much blood, he implied. Malta's Foreign Minister Ian Borg has stated that his country will continue to show its support for efforts to restore Ukrainian territorial integrity. A pesar de ser un país neutral, no podemos dejar de condenar las injusticias. Although an official list of delegates has not been made public, Zelensky has stated that 66 states are represented in his daily television address. An anonymous European Union official said that unlike the 5 August meeting in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, China, Egypt, and the United Arab Emirates did not send representatives. Notable additions included Armenia, the Holy See, and Mexico, among others. Celebrar la reunión ahora y con una representación global cada vez mayor demuestra que la restauración de una paz justa es importante más allá de Ucrania, he said in a statement. 3 people are killed by bad weather in Ukraine, and hundreds of thousands are left in the dark. At least 3 dead and hundreds of thousands of darkened Ukrainians. A sad but commonplace scenario in Ukraine. The culprits this time were bad timing rather than the Russians. The bad weather is ablaze in Ukraine. The Interior Minister, Igor Klimenko, has indicated in a telegram message that there are problems with energy supply in 12 provinces of the country, more than 780 localities. Most severely impacted are the western provinces of Khmelnytsky, Rivne, and Lviv. 2 people in Kiev proper and 1 in its province have already lost their lives due to the bad weather. According to Oleksiy Kulyba, Deputy Chief of Staff in the presidential administration, multiple additional people were injured. Kiev's mayor, Vitaly Klitschko, said that 7 people were injured in the city and that 5 of them required hospitalization. The Energy Ministry reports that at least 300,000 people are without power as a result of the storm. Meteorological storms make the millions of people who were left in the dark and cold by the Russian bombardment of Ukraine's electrical grid during the winter of 2022 even more miserable. Ukraine has warned that it expects another bombardment campaign this winter and has asked its Western allies for new air defense systems to prepare for it. Russia claims that a Ukrainian drone successfully launched an attack on a Russian nuclear facility without causing any damage. The Russian Ministry of Foreign Affairs has assured the public that a Ukrainian drone was launched on Thursday against a nuclear waste storage facility in the Kursk electric power plant in Russia's far west, causing damage to the facility's walls and asking other governments to condemn Kiev. Ukrainian authorities should have known that a large-scale nuclear catastrophe could have been caused by their actions, according to a message from Moscow. In a statement, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs spokesperson Maria Zakharova urged all governments to condemn energically the barbaric actions of Kiev, which she called extremely dangerous and possible of having irreparable consequences. 2 news outlets reported that an explosion damaged the front of a nuclear waste storage facility, while the Kremlin claimed to have thwarted the attack using unmanned aircraft. Zakharova claims that 1 drone laden with explosives damaged the walls of the nuclear waste facility, while another 2 caused damage to an administrative building complex. According to preliminary data, the drones used in the attack on the nuclear power plant used components supplied by Western countries. This has led some to speculate, without evidence, that the Ukrainian government's allies may have approved or even ordered the attack. After the attack, the Kursk plant reported that there were no casualties and that radiation levels and operations were normal. Ukraine typically declines to confirm or deny reports of military operations within Russian territory. The incident on Thursday night occurred a day after Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky claimed that unmanned Russian planes had attacked the province of Khmelnytsky in the country's west. They had likely been aiming for the region's nuclear power plant. The United Nations Nuclear Watchdog Agency said the attack shattered numerous windows at the site but had no effect on the Ukrainian power plant's operations or its connection to the grid. Russian anti-air defenses shoot down 6 Ukrainian drones in the country's heart. Russian air defenses shot down 6 Ukrainian fixed-wing drones in the country's heart on Saturday, the defense ministry said. Russia's military shot down 4 airplane-style drones in Orlov province, whose namesake capital city is located about 800 kilometers west of Moscow. Meanwhile, the Kremlin has repeatedly claimed that anti-aircraft batteries destroyed 2 unmanned machines in Tula province, one of Russia's major centers for military production. Defense Ministry has responded to Moscow's labeling of Ukrainian military actions inside Russian territory as terrorist attacks in a statement.